So, good evening. This is another in the ongoing series examining the nature of democracy and its application. At our last meeting, the council president told us that we can speak only to the two council staffers and to the city attorney. Other interaction with city staff should go through the mayor's office. This vision of our role is very different from that described in Bremerton's city charter. The charter was approved by voters and can only be changed by voters. Article 3, Section 12 of the Charter states that council's remit is to, quote, have all legislative powers possible, and council may adopt and enforce ordinances relating to the good of the government of the city. In my opinion, our job is also to represent the people, to treat their dignity with respect, and to do the work they asked of us in the city charter. We're the legislative branch of Bremerton city government, just as the mayor is the head of the executive branch. Our city charter gives us pretty broad powers, as you'll see in the excerpts I'll post in the chat. The mayor, head of the executive branch, has different duties and responsibilities. The mayor's role is executive and administrative. The mayor has general supervision of the city's administration, as detailed in the charter. That's a single role with pretty broad powers and a lot of detail work, a lot of it. So with the judiciary branch, our small constitutional system of checks and balances is complete. The founders who wrote the Constitution, having just rejected the tyranny of kings, feared the rise of a strong authoritarian leader, and the three-branch system was designed to safeguard against that rise. So right now, messy, inefficient, argumentative democracy is often set aside in favor of one strong authoritarian leader. It's familiar to us from history. It's familiar to us from most work that we've ever had. From all military experience, there is a boss and sub-bosses and workers. It's a very clear hierarchy, top to bottom. The thing is that Congresses, councils, and committees operate differently. They are voluntary associations. Voluntary associations are a group of peers with one member who presides, thus president, to maintain proper procedure. Both Robert's rules and our own council's rules and procedures make it clear that the presiding member is not the group's leader, not vested with power to speak for council without consultation, but an equal member with this additional difficult duty. So we, this council, are a voluntary association of 7 peers with one member who's elected every new year to preside. Our job is to be true to our oath and true to the honorable task we've been given. The voters of our districts chose us to establish goals, priorities, and policies. The voters of this city chose our role in the charter. In theory, the mechanism of creating workable policies and ordinances for the good of city government is prescribed in Rule 4 of Council Rules and Procedures. In practice, however, the council president determines what council members may put on the agenda. It is how we've always done it. But the actual written documents give any member the right to introduce any subject, matter, or communication onto the agenda for council's consideration. Yay, nay, or we want more information. I propose that we begin using this mechanism to place subjects onto the agenda to establish policy. One of you might want to introduce consideration of a resolution that protects lands along the watershed forest border, or measures to bring better hygiene and general conditions to the houseless downtown, or to have a hearing on the MFTE. Over to you. We established a number of goals during the June retreat. Let's begin the time-consuming work of realizing them. As Thoreau says, you've built castles in the air. Now put the foundations under them. Thank you.